Hi, I'm Marissa Kozlov. Welcome back for another eMarketer Industry Voices, where we bring you perspectives on how marketers are working through challenges and what they envision for the future of financial services marketing. Joining me today is Lee Lai, SVP and Head of Customer and Retail Distribution Marketing at TD Bank. Lee, great to have you here.
Marissa, thanks for having me today. I'm very excited to talk with you today.
Lee, you've spent the majority of your career in the banking industry, an area that has seen a lot of acceleration, specifically with digital banking and account openings. How has TD Bank reacted to this shift in consumer behavior?
Yeah, so for us at TD, we think about money as very irrational and emotional for consumers. And so for us, the shift to digital has really forced us to reevaluate our whole interaction model with that consumer. And so whether that's in the branches and how we think about our conversations with consumers, whether that's a sales and service model, but really more importantly, the evolution to a guidance and advice kind of interaction. In our digital properties, though, we're accelerating a lot of the development there into ensuring that we're bringing that local human interaction into our digital properties, whether that's on TD.com or in our mobile app.
TD Bank is known for being unexpectedly human. How has this principle influenced your marketing strategy?
We really think it's part of everything that we do. And so every conversation with our customer, whether it is a marketing piece, whether it is a servicing conversation, whether it is a chat on the phones, we strive to create those legendary experiences in an unexpectedly human way. We're going to provide you everything that a bank would provide and that you would expect, whether that is products and features and service options. But we're also going to take that a little bit further, creating that human connection with you and making sure that we are helping you on your journey and not pushing our agenda, but helping you to get to where you need to get to on your financial journey.
Neobanks are becoming more popular. We forecast that by 2022, close to 36 million Americans will have an account with a digital only bank. There's also a lot of competition in this space. What role does trust play for your account retention and acquisition strategies?
We think trust is foundational to any financial relationship, whether that was with family or with the banks that you have, the credit cards that you have. It is really, really critical for a human and a person to have faith in the institution that they're dealing with. And so for us, that means figuring out how we create that human connection and that advice and guidance for every individual, no matter where they are on their financial journey. For NEOs, we are actually really heartened by how they are challenging the industry, right? They are forcing us to be better. And for us, that means accelerating a lot of the things that we know are already critical. I think any kind of healthy competition is helpful for the industry as we think about how we serve customers going forward.
Let's talk a little bit more about your customer acquisition strategy, specifically as it relates to Gen Z.
Yeah.
This generation has so many different ways to educate themselves on personal finance. How is your content marketing engaging with this generation differently?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super critical for us in the future, right? When you think about Gen Z, they get the majority of their information from their parents and also in internet content platforms, right? And that is an area that is admittedly new for us, but we know that to be in those spaces is to be where the future customers are going to be. And so we are testing a new strategy into a couple different platforms to figure out how we can connect with that audience where they are finding that information and no longer relying on those traditional channels to give them that education. As well, we're building out a much longer roadmap of the content that we think we need to bring to those consumers, no matter where they are in their journey. And then building the platforms that enable us to create those dynamic experiences at a quick turn pace that allows us to test and learn content and subject lines and all the things that you would from a marketing perspective and figure out really what makes the most sense for which customer.
And what marketing channels are you testing this year?
We are early days in exploring in TikTok and thinking about how we could use that to tell some of our brand story, right? Thinking about sort of the longer journey of a financial decision. We want to be there upfront and be part of the conversation and insight in early days as they're shopping for a platform or talking to their parents. And so we have a community engagement platform that we call TD Thanks You that highlights members of our community. We think it tells a really great brand story. And so we are testing that in TikTok in short form video content, as well as more established channels such as Instagram and live videos and Facebook live videos as well.
Fantastic. And we've certainly seen a lot of growth in the ways that Gen Z is interacting with TikTok specifically. From your perspective, what excites you most about what's ahead for the banking industry?
The consumer mindset and shift to digital is creating evolution in the banking industry that we probably never would have foreseen. Banking companies now are seeing themselves as technology companies. The investment in tech talent and data and analytics infrastructure to enable that more dynamic interaction with a customer that is driven at that customer level is something that makes a lot of bankers uncomfortable because they're very used to that one-to-one human. But we know that data and technology can help supplement, inform those interactions more than ever before. And so the rapid evolution into a much more consumer focused model and product set, whereas before we would have made a lot of money on fees and overdraft. The future, I think, is bright because of the industry shift and the mindset shift. And it helps us to be a partner for our consumers.
Well, Lee, thank you so much for being with us today, for sharing all of these stories and your perspectives. You are really an inspiration. We really look forward to all that's to come for TD Bank.
Thank you very much, Marissa. I really enjoyed the conversation today.
And thanks to all of you for tuning into Industry Voices, new every Monday in the eMarketer newsletter. We'll see you soon.